Hey guys, Harry Thomas here, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final episode of Avatar Month, baby. Whoa, and what a ride it's been this December, and I mean, this is the uh perfect time, at least until Avatar 3 in 2 years' time, to rank 9 movies that the king of the world himself, James Cameron, has blessed us with, and he's certainly still the king of the box office. Let's see if The Way of Water can match that of what he accomplished with Titanic and Avatar. I don't think there is a single bad James Cameron movie. I mean, even the ones on the lower end of my ranking are still classics. Without further ado, if you want to know my ranking of the James Cameron movies, then just keep watching. At number 9, at the very bottom, Piranha 2. I mean, this I think will universally be agreed upon as the worst James Cameron movie. The only one that I don't consider and the only one that is not great, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying this is a bad movie, but I can see why that Cameron himself never brings this movie up anymore, because this was his very first attempt and is by far his smallest scale film. It does not nearly have the grandiose or epic feel that his later works would have, though at least the piranhas are intimidating, and this is purely a gore fest you watch for fun at Halloween. But Cameron realised after this that horror was not his strong point, and people give Piranha 3 Double D, the Piranha movie that was released 10 years ago, shit, but that movie is the Citizen Kane of Piranha in comparison to this. At number 8, True Lies. I mean, True Lies is, in a nutshell, Cameron's James Bond, and the second time that him and Arnold Schwarzenegger worked on a movie after Terminator. I love that James Cameron doesn't just make True Lies a action movie. It's also centered on a marriage, and Arnold saving his marriage, and Jamie Lee Curtis. This is her other renowned role after Halloween. I know there are plenty of people that would rank True Lies much higher than I would. It's just never had the epicness or left the emotional impact that Cameron's other works had for me. At number 7, the most forgotten James Cameron movie, The Abyss. I mean, I think The Abyss is a underrated gem, in all honesty, and it was Cameron's first attempt at becoming the god of water with his underwater and submarine filming technique, and the underwater shots for the 1980s. I mean, at the time, audiences would have reacted to them the exact same way we react to Avatar: The Way of Water now. And a movie about discovering aliens in the ocean. I mean, that is the most original concept for an alien movie since E.T. The fact that aliens come from the ocean instead of from space, and instead. At number 6, the movie that put James Cameron on the map and his first acclaimed hit, The Terminator. I mean, yeah, you don't need me to say that The Terminator is one of the most culturally significant sci-fi action movies, literally, period. And it spawned a franchise that would last literally until 2019. That's how much people were hungry for more after this blockbuster, and this was, well, Cameron's first attempt at a blockbuster, which is what he does best. And Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't the greatest actor in the world, but his blank expression is impeccable for the Terminator. It's supposed to be an emotionless, cold, killing machine, and Sarah Connor would get much, much better in Terminator 2, but Linda Hamilton still portrays her as a naive, innocent, a young woman here flawlessly. At number five, Aliens. I mean, my God, following up uh, a cinematic masterpiece like Ridley Scott's Alien is a near impossible feat. But Aliens was James Cameron's first sequel, and everybody hailed him as the king of sequels. I love how this is much more of a epic, war film rather than a horror. And unlike the first Alien, the slower scenes are kept to a minimum. And Sigourney Weaver's Ripley, I mean, she was the first major badass heroine in a James Cameron movie, and showcases Cameron's talent in making women kick-ass heroes. And Ripley and Newt's mother and daughter relationship gave the movie the most emotional center of any Alien film. And of course, the get away from her, you betcha final fight between Ripley and the Queen alien. I mean, it has me speechless in awe every time I watch it. Like, shame this was the last good Alien movie. At number four, the fan favorite James Cameron movie, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I mean, this is one of the staples of greatest movie sequels and greatest movies ever. I mean, everything about this sequel takes the Terminator story to the very next level. I mean, Sarah Connor, I mean, this is Linda Hamilton's, uh, defining performance of her entire career, and she needs no protecting here. I mean, she is the great movie mother and great movie action gal, and John Connor is at his very best as a kid. I mean, way more likable than he is when he gets to an adult in the other movies. The Terminator finally shows some redemption and gets an emotional storyline, and the T-1000 is a 1,000 times a better antagonist. The action scenes are so mind-blowing in this movie's Speedy Gonzales pace. They make the action from the first movie, look pathetic in comparison. And this was the last great Terminator movie. It followed the exact same pattern as the Alien franchise. After James Cameron left, the franchise would go downhill. At number three, Titanic, currently the only James Cameron movie to ever win Best Picture, and one of the three movies to win 11 Academy Awards. And it's beyond deserved. I don't care what the Titanic nayers say. I mean, happy 25th anniversary to this timeless masterpiece. And this is no question the greatest movie from 1997. I mean, comparing all other 1997 movies to this one is totally pointless because it's gonna lose. And I mean, James Cameron, uh, boy, did he do his homework on the Titanic, and he honored the story and the survivors of it in the most beautiful way he could. And he he didn't just give us one of the most shocking and most enormous second halves to a film that you will ever see, with the Titanic's sinking. And and visually, this movie was ahead of its time for 1997, but he gave it a beating heart with the beautiful love story between Rose and Jack. And this movie single-handedly made Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio movies celebrities for life. And my favorite scene would be when Jack draws Rose a nude. I mean, who doesn't love that scene? And the uh, score by James Horner, and the My Heart Will Go On end credits song by Ceylon Demon makes for a wonderful score. And this was the first $200 million budget movie, and as well as the first movie to gross over $1 billion, and that for its time was the highest grossing film in history. And so it's the first movie where James Cameron took risks and proved all his doubters wrong. At number two, Avatar, what is currently the highest grossing movie of all time until it was temporarily be dethroned by Avengers Endgame, but then took back its throne with a re-release in 2021 and a remastered release in September 2022. I mean, Avatar was the movie that Cameron wanted to make, well, literally immediately after Titanic, but it was not physically possible to do what he wanted at the time. So he had to wait until 2005 to even get the ball rolling with this movie. And good thing he waited because, well, the Avatar back in 2009, had gave audiences goosebumps by how good the visuals and looks, and Pandora is still one of the most gorgeous cinematic worlds ever imagined, and it's this. I see the Avatar franchise is like James Cameron's baby, his true passion project. You can see he's put so much of his personal life experience into this series, and and the first Avatar, I don't care were that it has plot similarities to Pocahontas and Dances with Wolves or Fur and Gully. It is not Smurfahuntus. I mean, it is superior to all those movies combined. I mean, and it makes you want to be a Navi yourself. It makes you want to leave Earth and leave humanity entirely. It's that investing and immersive. And James Horner delivers his single most epic score that he ever composed. It's so tragic. This was the last one he would ever get to do. And Leona Lewis's "ICUN" credit song is simply underrated. I no idea why it doesn't get the attention My Heart Will Go On will, and just and Jake and Neytiri and Quaritch, well, some of the best characters that Cameron has ever fought up. Yeah, and this was my number one James Cameron movie for 13 years until one just came along and took its throne. And my number one favorite James Cameron movie is the most recent one, Avatar: The Way of Water. Holy fuck. Our 13 years of waiting were thankfully not in vain. This is as perfect as sequels and as movies come in general. I mean, no idea where it would rank at this point in time, but if I had to put The Way of Water on my top 10 favourite movies of all time, it would go on there somewhere. The visuals, the action, the themes of family, the emotion, the soundtrack, and the themes of protecting the ocean will blow your freaking socks off. This has the best movie visuals ever put to film since How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World, especially the underwater motion capture scenes. This movie is going to take home all the Academy Awards for Best Visual Effects and Best Cinematography in a heartbeat. Soraya being my favourite character in any James Cameron movie, and by 3 hour movie standards, it only felt like 2 hours, literally, because I just loved every millisecond of it, and most movies this year after I've seen, I don't remember them much after the day or two, but with The Way of Water, I can't stop thinking about it. I can't get it out of my head, and Quaritch returning as a recom and the things he does in this movie confirm him as one of the most awesome cinematic villains that we have ever gotten. And I mean, if Avatar 3 can live up to, if not dethrone this, then I think the Avatar franchise will be in safe hands with Cameron continuing to direct the following 3 sequels, and Avatar has potential to be one of the greatest cinematic franchises, ever. So I'm proud to call The Way of Water my favourite James Cameron movie. So that was my ranking of the James Cameron movies, and I know I ranked them 5 years ago, but yeah, this was the much needed updated one. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this ranking. And what's your ranking of the James Cameron movies? Are your favourites and least favourites similar or entirely different to mine? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time when I review the Netflix smash hit Wednesday Addams TV show. Boy, am I ready to talk about that wicked show. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.